Welcome, everyone, to Dire Bear Adventuring Company. I am your DM, Heath, a.k.a. the Dire Bear GM. Sorry for the late start. We're having some technical difficulties, primarily with my Discord not wanting to start, so therefore there was no audio from me. I did not exist anywhere in the world, so thank you for bearing with us. That being said, let's go ahead and dive right in. We'd like to thank, as always, the amazing dndbeyond.com for their support, allowing us to use their products so that way we can show you or show off what we have. Don't forget that you can activate the thing, although we do need to change that out. But there is the D&D Beyond plugin that goes in with our system here, so you can see that. And that works on our Thursday night game, which is Curse of Strahd, as well as our Monday night game, the Escorts. And apparently we are so with it today.
Damn it.
That's my fault. We are right now in the middle of everything. We just wrapped up Nerdsmiths, or the Nerd Giving, which was a big involvement for myself. And then, as well as last Monday, if you caught it, we also had
Wood.
Yes, we had Humblewood. Thank you, which had V as well as Sarah, and it had Molly in there all playing with me, and that was a lot of fun. At least I had fun. I don't know about them, but at the end of the day, it's really what it's all about. And then we had the Tuesday night game. Was this the last game on Wednesday for Big Eye Smallmouth?
Yes.
Excellent. So Wednesday nights is on hiatus until the new year, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong. However, that does not mean that your Wednesday nights are free. You should be over on Nerdsmith watching me play in Black and White, a crime noir, great game, City of Mist, where I am running the game as the MC, and I have players and giving them all narrative-driven stuff. It's fantastic, and it is not to be missed. Which also brings me around to a huge shout out to all the folks over at Nerdsmith. Go check them out, twitch.tv/wearenerdsmith. You can also check out their website, which is nerdsmith.org, if I'm not mistaken. It has been a long day, so I apologize if my brain seems scattered around. But yes, nerdsmith.org. Even though they are out of Nerds Giving, that does not mean that it is too late to give. Please dig deep and give where you can. They are in support of Heifer International, which creates farms and sustainable lifestyles for people who may not be fortunate enough to start on their own. So please, if you can, give some. I know that this is the time of year where money is a little tighter than normal, but please, if you can, give away. Welcome, Decca. So last week, we were pit fighters, and we are still going to be pit fighters today. Ladies and gentlemen, as we get live with the Escorts, Tangaroa and Ezra, as well as Zastari, jumped into the pit. Zastari made short work of her first few opponents. Tangaroa had a little bit of trouble, and Ezra freed a slave? Bought a man's freedom. There you go. That's how we say that. You bought someone's freedom. After the first round or two was done, they were allowed a short rest, which they took advantage of that. And as we dig in tonight, that's where we're going to pick up. You guys collect yourselves resting, watching the rest of the fighters go through round 2, proceeding into the next round where you're going to be fighting yourselves. You can see that there are some clear favorites out there. One of them is a half-orc who seems to be vicious and brutal when it comes to the attacks, stopping his fist only inches away from the person as they're already screaming, "Yield, yield," to give him a thump. He picks him up and sets him out on the thing, saying, "This is no place for you. You should try something better, like being a farmer." The fights continue on, and again, he is clearly a favorite in the rounds. However, there are a few others that draw your attention. On top of the half-orc, there is another elf in there. You can see that the hands and the head are mostly wrapped. You can see that there is a small bite on the ear. It looks like a piece of the ear is like torn off. He launches in with fury, just absolute hands and feet moving as fast as he can. Looks almost like a windmill or a whirling dervish as he gets in the middle of combat. Several matches in, and you can see that there's one other one that's kind of favored, a dwarf. One hand, you see him flex, the other one never moves. As a punch comes across, you watch him bring it up, and there's a clear sound as it hits, revealing that the wooden hand and arm, his other is with. He never hits anybody with the wooden hand, as he feels that that would be an unfair advantage. But he does use it to block, and then crosses over. He's sturdy. He can take a lot of hits before he ever shows any sign of flagging. And as the end of the round comes, those three are the clear winners of that particular match. Now we lead into round 3. This will lead up to 3 or to 4 people being left. The fights start off with Tangaroa. Any preparation you'd like to do before you jump into the pit? We don't have any audio.
Unmuting.
You're muted.
Before I get into the pit. No. I don't think so. No. Okay. All right, I'm getting in. No preparation.
In you go.
But once I get into the ring, oh wait, and I see the opponent, I will use my thingy.
Okay.
Your thingy.
My thingy.
That's a bit unconventional.
Mm-hmm.
Across.
Just whipping it out. It's intimidation. Yeah. Anyway.
Across from you. Yep. There you go. Across from you can see a man in about his late 30s, you guess, a human. He's got a scraggly looking beard. It's kind of growing out, a little like mine right now. He has his fists up and he's bouncing on the balls of his feet. And he steps in. And the fight begins. Let's go ahead and have a roll off.
I would like to use. I would first like to use a warrior's entrance.
All right. How does your warrior's entrance appear?
When Tonga enters the arena, he shouts the chant of his people in primordial in an attempt to intimidate his opponent. The opponent, I must make an intimidation roll against insight.
Okay, go for it. Total
11.
Okay. His is an 11.
Oh.
You can see that he looks shaken by your move as you start shouting in this primordial tongue. The spring in his step kind of falters for a second. He keeps his hands up and his elbows in tighter. He's looking like he's ready to fight, but a little taken aback by your sudden shouting and jumping into the ring.
All right.
All right, roll me a d20. Let's see who goes first.
He has disadvantage on ability checks.
He is not frightened of you.
Oh fuck! All right.
It beats it.
Damn it. Okay. 10 on the die.
Okay, you go first.
Really? Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna hit him.
Okay.
17 to hit.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits him.
Okay, whoop.
And so it's going to be
6 points.
1 plus your strength modifier, so 6 points.
Yep.
Your first hit just wins him. He's whoof. You can feel and hear the wind whoof out of his lungs.
Cool.
He staggers back for a second. He has his hands on his knees, taking a deep breath. He then comes back up and keeps his hands up in front of himself as he walks over to try to hit you.
No, you gotta hit him again.
Okay.
You gave me 2 things.
That's right. Go for
dual weapon fighting. That will not hit. That's a 9.
Yeah, no, that unfortunately misses.
All right.
Keeping his hands up, your second hit falls on his arm, and he just kind of rocks with it. All right, so you are now. It's his turn.
Okay.
Your armor class should be just 10 plus your dex mod because you're not wearing your armor in this.
Yikes. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. The first attack is a 17.
Ah.
The second attack, however, is only an 8.
Okay. So just the first one.
Okay, you take 3 points of damage.
Okay.
And then he backs up and squares off with you once again.
Cool. That's his whole turn?
That's it.
This feels dirty. All right. I'm going to hit him again. A 13 to hit?
That hits him.
Ooh. Okay, 6 points of damage. And one more time, though he feels really bad about it. 21 to hit.
Oh, God, yeah. The first one just absolutely... The first one comes across, and he tries to get his hand up in time, but catches it in the jaw. And as he looks up, turning again to try to maybe not catch the second one, it's another 6 points of damage.
Yes.
And this one staggers him back. You can see his eye starting to swell right here. His lip is busted and bleeding. He kind of takes for a second and goes and spits a glob of blood out on the ground. And staggers back over to you.
Okay.
17 and a 2.
Well, take one of those
points
hits.
Of damage as drops his 10 of dice as he slams his fist into your side.
Okay. Owie.
All right. That's him. He's standing back up to you.
Okay. Do it again. All right. 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. Okay, before I do the second one, I'm giving you your chance to yield now.
I've still got some fight in me. Come on.
I like your spirit. Boom! 22 to hit him.
Yeah.
All right. 6
by the
more
top
points.
Of the head. Boom! Oh, this one you can see he kind of reels back from that when he shakes his head a couple times. This is where the animated scene would have birds above his head. He's just standing there kind of like rocking back and forth on his feet. What are you doing?
He's not going to try and hit me?
Oh, was that your second? I thought you had 2 attacks.
Yeah, that was my second attack.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Because I gave him a chance to yield, and then I punched him in the face.
Man, I love rolling that 17.
Yeah,
3 more points of damage as he connects again, but it's like hitting you in the chest, so you like flex a peck and just kind of roll it off.
Yeah, the peck pop.
The second one is just a wild swing. It goes way wide of you, and he stands there again with his kind of just swaying on his feet, his fists up.
All right. Okay. I would like to grapple him. I would like to attempt to grapple, I should say.
Roll to attack.
All right. 25.
Yeah, you grappled him.
I would like to use
Is it an action to use that, or is it a bonus?
I don't know.
Which one are you trying to use?
Resolving things peacefully.
Sure, let's go ahead and make that a bonus action.
Okay.
So you wrap him up, and you've got your hands. So you've got him in a full Nelson. So you've got his arms locked up. And you've got your hands on the back of his head, and you're just kind of like holding him there. And he's doing this motion right here.
Yes.
He's going to try to escape. So what we need is opposed strength checks to see if he can get out. So I'm going to roll.
Oof.
What's your athletics?
My athletics is a +7.
Okay, so whatever you rolled +7.
Yeah, wasn't great. 10.
Did
he get out?
He actually slips your grip.
Little shit.
He kind of like lowers his arms and shoulders and slides through your arms. He turns around and looks at you and goes, I yield. Quit. I yield.
He will nod but he will reach out to shake his hand.
He tentatively reaches out, shakes your hand.
And as I take his hand and
Mhm.
shake his hand, I will give back 5 HP with lay on hands.
He looks surprised and looks up at you and says, "Thank you.
You have a lot of spirit. You would be
Thanks."
perfect to fight alongside our people. Though it's not an invitation, it's just a declaration.
Well, I'm gonna go now. And he turns and like climbs out of the pit.
Cool.
You hear the MC yell out over the crowd, holding that little stick and thing that he's got. Our winner, Tonga.
Yeah. That's me.
The
Hi.
next in the fight are somebody from the first round that you guys don't remember, and the half orc. The fight is over fast. You watch as the half orc pops him twice, boom, boom. As he does, you watch as the guy's head is rocked back and forth. The man tries to make a swing. The half orc bats it out of the air and then just almost backhands him in the face. The guy staggers back. He reaches over and grabs the front of his shirt. And as he does, the guy's kind of rocking and reeling. The half orc pulls him forward. And as he does, you watch him slam his head into the other man's face. The guy goes down into a crumpled heap. The half orc looks up and goes, "He yields." He picks the man up and tosses him up onto the top of the pit, and then you hear the MC come over. Our winner! This time he doesn't get as close as he would like to raise his hand. You can see the half orc just kind of look at him, and there's an audible as he swallows Traeger, and the crowd kind of gives a half-hearted yay and kind of a boo at the same time. He just kind of looks around the crowd for a moment, and then shrugs and climbs out of the pit. The next two combatants are the whirling dervish of an elf, along with the dwarf with the wooden arm. The dwarf does his best to keep his hand up, and it looks like the elf is going to get the better of him. However, the dwarf stands strong. As he gets close enough, you watch as the dwarf does something you haven't seen. He wraps his arms around the elf, picks him up, and then bodily puts him down on the ground. As he does, he just kind of rolls over onto him and pins his arm while he's holding the elf's leg and pins his arm into the man's chest and starts to move his elbow. The elf starts slapping his arm and he goes, "He yields!" The elf stands up for a moment, protesting. "I did no such thing. I didn't give up." "You tapped out. Get out of here." The elf begrudgingly climbs out of the pit, knowing not to argue with anyone in here. Next up is Zastari. Climbing into the pit. Across from you is a man dressed, and he's wearing a leather jerkin. His arms are bare, but you can see there are tattoos on his arms, but not like a sailor or anything else like that. They look like markings that would almost match for some sort of maybe religious symbol or something. He's got bare arms and the leather jerkin. As he stands across from you, you can see he doesn't hold his hands up in front of himself. He just kind of holds him at his side. And he's just waiting. He looks to you and says, "You'll move, lady."
Very well. If you insist.
"Indeed I do."
You're not gonna go easy on me because I'm a girl, are you? You saw how
"No,
well that worked out for the last one, right?
I'm just looking to make sure that I can see what you've got."
Sounds like a smart move.
We'll see.
Okay. And both hands up. Can still see, but protects the face.
Mm-hmm.
And we are gonna go for quick 1-2 jab.
All right, go for it.
1-2. Cap, I gotta ask, because normally unarmed attacks are based off of strength. But she is a dexterity fighter.
You can do lightning strikes.
Can I? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then that is a 16 to hit with the first jab.
All right. Yeah, it lands solidly on him.
Cool. So, I mean, I'm only gonna do 2 damage, but popped him good.
Okay.
And then the second shot is a dirty 20 for another 2.
Okay.
Boom, boom.
Also hits.
And then I just kind of step back a little bit with both hands up. Like,
He kind of shakes his arms for a second and he walks over to you. He's not like caging around you. He seems to be walking straight forward. And as he does, he comes with an overhead strike. And just when you bring your hands up to kind of defend yourself, he feints and brings in his right hand. That's going to be an 11 to hit you.
no.
Okay. And that's going to be a 17 on the second one.
Meets it, beats it.
Okay. As he's bringing the strike in, it looks like it's moving slowly, but you watch at the last second, he almost whips his body around and swings at you. You're going to take 5 points of damage. And he backs up, and this time he keeps his hands just kind of like keeping you at bay. No, I'm not going to take it easy on you.
Good. And then we're going to go in again.
Okay.
That is another dirty 20.
All right. That'll hit.
However, this time we're going to do the takedown.
Okay. So you're going to issue damage.
Yep.
And it's going to be an athletics check it's going to be athletics versus athletics then.
Yes.
Right? Or is it a strength saving throw on my part?
It's a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Because the takedown is for me to restrain him on the ground.
Okay. That's going to be a 17.
Damn it. Now we've got a 14 here for the strength save.
As you rush up to grab him, you grab a hold of him and you spin around to go ahead and do it. At the same time, he whips his own body around, kind of not sending you off your feet, but kind of like moving you past him, and he stands back. He goes, I've watched that trick earlier. It's not going to get me.
That's what they all say.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Did you wait for the takedown? You're going to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He feints once again, giving him advantage, but that's still only a 9. His second attack. I'm just rolling like shit tonight. That's a 9 as well.
Nope.
All right. He sinks back. While you're fighting with him, before you come back to your turn, those of you who are standing at the pit side watching, is there anything that you're doing?
Still drinking.
All right.
Yeah, drinking.
You're
Zora's-
drinking. Zora's? What is Dora doing?
Zora's probably like backed into a wall, like, I'm gonna try to just bio meld with this wall.
I'm going to become with the wall. Become one with the wall. What is Satiel
Go
doing?
through the wall and go outside.
Satiel is taking note of the fighters that are interesting and just basically just taking some notes on them.
Okay.
Like
While
fighting
you're
styles, things like that.
sure, while you're paying close attention, give me a perception check, please. All right. Sorry, Zastar, it's your turn.
Okay. So she is Okay. All right. Well, I mean, let's see.
Well, while she's deciding, natural 20 plus 2.
Natural 20 plus 2. Something about the way this man moves and the way he's standing, something seems off.
Also, or is that all I get?
That's all you get for now.
So this was a human?
He appears human.
Okay.
Something seems otherworldly, almost.
She's gonna come back in, faint with the kick, or sorry, faint
Okay.
with a punch is kicking instead. Not using the stilettos, she's just top of the foot. That is a 17 to hit, by the way.
Okay. Which would hit him, but as you do that, I'm going to use parry as just his reaction. He brings his hand down and kind of like moves your leg out of the way at the same time, which gives him a +5 till the end of his next turn. So he stands back and goes, "You're fast. That's dangerous." Setiel, give me an Arcana check, actually. And he is going to try to attack you.
I still get the bonus.
Oh,
my
that's right. You
bonus
do have bonus.
action. Yeah.
Mhm.
Which is an 18 on the die, plus 7 for 25.
Yeah, that'll hit him.
As for that Arcana roll, that is a 10 plus 7 for 17.
Okay. He looks like he's using something magical to enhance him.
Okay.
Gross.
He's using the roids. he's all roided up.
Spotting that, Satiel will tap Mello on the shoulder. Hey, would you keep an eye on Zora, please? I need to go do something.
Zora's completely in a wall now.
Zora's gone fugue state in the corner.
Yeah, and he'll glance over, and Ezra's like, could you come with me to the officiator of the ring real quick?
Yes.
Being a fighter, I think that he might be a little bit more willing to listen to you. There's something wrong about this fight.
Sure. No issue. Slightly wobbly on his feet, probably by now. So.
Yeah, and with his 10 strength, he will try to keep Ezra walking straight.
Oh, yikes.
10 out of 10.
I don't know if that'll work out for you, but continue on.
Probably not well, but he's going to attempt.
I mean, meanwhile,
Better
I'm
than
going to be a
watching
bad
my 11.
influence.
Better
Oh,
than
no.
watching my 11-year-old try to hold me upright. It's just... All right.
All
So-
right, Zora, I got
there
you
we
some
go.
tea. You can relax now.
Looks at the tea, looks at Mello, has
It's iced
known
tea.
Mello long enough.
I check my pockets. My fucking weed is gone.
She's like, is this actually just tea, or is it some kind of alcohol made to taste like tea?
Hell if I know, it said tea on the menu. What more do you want from me?
She's gonna walk up to the bartender and be like, "Pardon me, my friend just got tea. And is it alcohol?"
Of course it is. It's a bar.
Takes out like a thimble out of her pocket, fills the thimble up enough to hand it up to Axel, leaves the rest of the tea on the.
Axel drinks and then pushes the thimble back in your direction.
Just sits at the bar, like over glasses. Look at Mello.
And just constantly refilling the thimble and handing it back.
Eventually, just like takes Axel, sets him down next to the cup.
Let him go
Have a
swimming in the
crazy straw?
liquid.
Dude, let him get lost in the sauce, literally.
He can't fly up. He just keeps flying into the sides of the glass after he's finished it off.
What's going on? Is that
It's like throwing a
we have
brownie in beer.
cicadas in here?
Why is there a small man in this cup?
Waiter,
throwing
there's a Sprite in my drink.
Hey, I love it.
They say that's good luck.
cranberry, gin, and Sprite. No, wait, that's not what you meant by that. All right. So
Is Mountain Dew okay?
That
No,
sounds gross. Actually, actively.
Mountain Dew, gin, and Sprite,
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
or just Mountain Dew and gin.
Is it the holiday
I
Mountain
like
Dew?
Mountain Dew.
Wait, I'm not even going to ask that question. Go on.
What? I'm just telling you right now, grape soda and vodka is the best.
Me writing that down.
Well, now I got to try it.
The cheaper the grape soda, the better too.
So no name brand.
I
Got
was
it.
gonna say, so you pick up like the PC no name brand.
Yep.
Dollar General.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Purple drank. Dollar General purple drank.
Mm-mm.
But it has
Getting
to
in
be
the Mad
carbonated.
Dog territory now.
Oh yeah, it's a
you
good
say
drunk on a
vodka?
rough night. Vodka. Don't get cheap vodka though. That's my secret.
You got to have some standards.
And
I'll
you're,
let my
cheap,
friend
you're
pick up-
cheaping out
That's
on the
some
grape
class.
soda here, guys. Like you can't have cheap vodka.
I'll let my friend
Come
pick the
on.
vodka. It's fine.
All right, so
Anyway.
Zastari, what are you doing?
Well, I finished my turn. I'm waiting for
Oh,
him
that's
to
right.
do
It's
his
my
thing.
turn. Well, then we're gonna go over here to Satael. You find the MC. He's standing at the head end of the pit. You can see that he's got several others there that are with him. Large men. Each one of them has no sleeves and a shirt or a leather tunic on or leather jerkin on. Each one of them seems to have some tattoo on their arm, and it looks like some sort of savage dog.
Yeah, Satiel he has a hood. He doesn't not wearing his mask, but he does have a hood up, as per the usual for being an Azamar.
As you get close, one of the men turns to look at you and look down at you, rather. Not look down on you, but look down at you. What do you
Hello.
want? What do you want?
I'd like to speak with the officiator, please. It's something I noticed with the fight that I think you might want to know.
Boss, man wants to talk to you. The MC comes around the corner, smiling at you. Yeah, how can I help you?
Hi. Well, he sees the mic looking thing, momentarily distracted. He's like, sorry. I've been just watching the fights because I like to study things.
Sure.
And I've noticed that the man down there fighting. Do you have rules about using magic in the pits?
It's understood. As long as it's nothing to injure anyone, and you can't have anything that's going to prevent you from taking injury. You also can't have anything that's going to unlevel the playing field, if it were.
Right.
If you're down there popping a potion to drink and you get your teeth knocked out from the rim of the glass, that's up to you.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Like I said, I'm just here to watch. I'm actually a student of magic myself, but I noticed that the man fighting down there has been enhancing himself with magic.
he looks at you for a second, and then you watch him talk to one of the others. This one isn't as big as the others. He seems to be on the slender side, but still rather tall. He mutters and starts moving his hand, and you know the spell. It's Detect Magic.
Mhm.
As he finishes casting it, just a quick cast, he looks at the man and nods his head up and down, and you hear him mutter the word, abjuration. No. Evocation. That's what it is.
Evocation magic isn't typical for enhancement. That's usually in the enchantment school. Sorry.
They kind of look at you. All of a sudden, you watch as he just kind of motions like this, and 4 of those big dudes jump down into the pit. Zastari, he goes to make his move, and all of a sudden, the sound of poof, 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 poof kind of draw both of your attention as you look to see 4 rather large, burly men start striding in your direction.
Okay, now that's just not fair. I'm good, but I don't know if I can do a 5-on-1 here. That's a little excessive.
They walk.
You should
right
be
past
fine.
you. They walk right past you, and you watch as he has his hands up. He swings at one of them, and as he does, remember how I said that you saw his hand move like super fast right there at the last second? You watch as there's like a little flash at his wrist that was hidden, and he hits one of the guys solidly as I drop my 10 again. I'm just going to put that. I'm just going to put that right down there. As he hits one of the guys solidly, the other three jump on him and hold his arms up. You can watch as they start to pull at his hands, and as they do, they sort of pull off these like gloves that are almost this that are painted kind of the same color as the tattooing on his arms. And as they take them off, he looks over at you and looks around, and he looks at the three guys and he says, I'll leave. And you watch as the two guys look at him and go, or the four guys go, yeah, and we're gonna keep these. One of them tucks him in his belt as they escort him out of the pit by picking him up and going 1, 2, 3. And as they throw him, the crowd starts to cheer and grabs him, and they crowd surf him off of the way out to the door where he is thrown out. And the crowd cheers again, this time chanting Zestari, Zestari.
That was some rather impressive coordination between your guys and the crowd. Does that happen a lot?
People get thrown out of the pits all the time.
That was still pretty impressive. By the way, when this is done, can I ask you about that wand you're holding?
Are you going to get in the ring and fight?
Well, no, I'm just curious about it.
Nope. All right. He jumps in the pit.
That was rude.
Our next fight, Ezra.
Oh, it's you.
Oh,
He
it's
reached-
me.
Reached up, pats Ezra. I was like,
Oh,
you can do
geez,
it.
that's
I believe
me.
in you.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
You step into the pit, and across the way from you is a half orc, and you see him moving his arms, and there's a crack of bone. He rolls his neck, and it cracks a couple times.
That
He
seems
looks at you.
uncomfortable.
He looks at you, and you see him put his hands up.
Okay. Follow suit. Have fun.
Okay. D20 roll, please.
20.
You definitely going first. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, we'll just hit him.
Hey,
Well, it's over 20.
hell with him. Hit him.
25
25.
to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit him.
Seven.
Okay.
And 17?
17 to hit?
Yeah.
Does not.
Okay, Spicy, let's go.
As you smack him, how much damage did you do on the first one?
7.
Okay. As you go to hit him the second time, like the first one gets through, and he kind of, oh yeah, yeah, this is gonna be good.
You know what? I'll spend a key point.
Okay.
I
Go ahead.
decided that last minute. I apologize.
That's fine.
19.
19 will hit.
Okay, cool. Me getting sweaty. 8.
Okay, so 15 points of damage.
Mhm.
The first one guts through. The second one, he brings his arms down, and it's like hitting iron. You just bound your knuckles off of his arm. The second one comes in on the other side. He doesn't get his elbow down in time, and you hit him in the side as he steps back, kind of like, good. I wanted to fight. And it's now my turn.
Yikes.
Yeah.
V's flight or fight response immediately kicks in, and it's just screaming, "Run!"
Ah!
You can do it.
That's going to be a 21 to hit you.
Yep.
And that's a 22 to hit you.
Yep.
That's going to be 7 and 5.
7 and 5.
So 12 points of damage.
Okay.
Hang on a second, because I'm going to you watch as he does boom boom 2 quick motions, and then as he does, you watch him kind of go and kind of like knuckle himself up a little bit more, and then as you do, you kind of watch him like super like overflex for a second. It's some kind of weird move he does. And then as he steps back into it and quickly hits you 2 more times. Nope. No, actually, he swings 2 more times at you.
That step back may have just created too much of a distance
Yeah.
for you.
First one just goes whiff and then whiffs on the second one. And then he just kind of smiles at you and winks.
Cute. Yep.
All right.
21
21 hits him.
and a 20.
Okay. Both of those hit.
6 and a 6.
So we've done 27.
12.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be bending too much there.
Do I want to spend a key point?
Yes.
Okay. Ezra pausing, all he hears is yes. Okay. Ooh,
I feel like it would be more of a do it from Mello
18?
up in the stands.
yes, 18.
It's true.
18.
Yeah. Does that hit?
Yeah, that hits.
Ooh, okay.
Well, you know his AC now.
8, yeah. Okay. Cork the orc.
You good?
Yeah, that's it.
All
I'm
right.
done. I promise. This time.
All right. He kind of looks at you for a second, wipes the back of his hand across his mouth, steps back in, and goes again. First attack is going to be an 18.
Hit.
The second one's going to be a 17.
Hit.
Okay. It's going to be 8 and 6, so 14 points of damage. And then you watch this time, he doesn't square up to hit you again, but as he does, he just kind of like, you almost watch him bring his stance in a little bit closer. So, that's 1, 2. Okay. Okay, great. All right, there we go. And that's his turn. He steps back.
Okay.
He's got his hands up.
Okay. $20.
Mhm.
I know that one will hit. And then on his second hit, 4, 5, 6, 7. On his second hit, he will spend a key point to activate his soul knives. And what he's gonna do is he's not gonna like actively go for a hit. He'll miss probably be by a little bit, but it'll be the psychic damage instead of a solid hit. If it hits. Not gonna hit, actually. There's a 3 on the dice. Never mind.
Okay. So, this time he steps into you again and smiles a little deeper.
Hello.
The first attack is going to be a 19.
Hit.
And the second one is a total of a 20.
Hit. I'll get pushing it real close here.
Ezra.
That's going to be 6 and 8. So
Down.
Oh.
you're at 0?
Yep.
He steps over to you as you fall, and he kind of grabs you for a second, and he kind of stands you up and pats you. You're about 1 HP.
Okay.
Stands you up and kind of brings you in, and he goes, "Good fight. You never stood a chance, but it was a good fight." And he kind of pushes you back again.
Don't yield. You have it now.
No, he
Use that
dropped
1
you to
HP.
0. He dropped you to 0. Do you want to keep going?
Yes, 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 yes.
Just on the ground, fucking like staring at the ceiling. No.
All right. He does offer a hand to help you up,
Pleasure. Yes.
and then he does what he's kind of done with everybody else. He kind of helps you out of the pit, but you're a bit bigger than most everybody else. So he doesn't just
Throw
like,
me.
you up
Dare.
there.
I dare you.
He's not going to.
Pussy.
He pats you on the bottom. Good job, champ. Good job. Get out of the pit.
Get out. Go have a drink. I want.
If Esdar gets lifted out of the pit by Satiel, he will use his healing hands
Sure.
to give Ezra 4 HP back.
Fucking yeet. I feel like Ezra tries to like just pull himself out of the pit, hands on like the front, and just slides over.
All right. Is that all 3 of you now?
Yes. Tonga and Zastari are the only ones left.
No, I mean Zastari just went. You just went. Tonga.
Yeah,
did
I
that
got the
go-
cheater. And didn't Tonga
Not
start
this
the
round.
night?
Tonga
Yeah,
I was
started.
the first
Tonga
started.
person of this round.
Tonga started.
So that means he won. All right. The dwarf one. That's who it was. That was the 4th. So Tonga and Zastari are still in it. The dwarf, the half orc, who you've come to learn the name of Tregor, are still in this. There is a call for another break, so you can take another short rest to restore any HP that you may have lost. That goes also for you, if you would like to, Ezra. All right. Is there anything that you would like to do? Anybody in particular? Is there anything you'd like to do before we start the next round and the final round of fights?
More drinking.
I'll do my song of rest to give everybody an extra D6 HP
Okay.
for their rest.
So if you spend a hit die, you can use the Song of Rest to restore hit die as well. All right.
Zastari is going to look over at Satiel. So what was it that you were talking to the Grand Master about?
Oh, your
during
opponent
my
was
fight?
cheating.
And you thought I couldn't take him even if he was cheating?
Is that against the rules?
It's against the rules if he's caught, but
And I caught him.
you didn't think I could do it anyway? I was faster than he was. Easily.
Do you know what kind of damage evocation magic can do?
Clearly not,
Hey,
or we wouldn't be having this discussion.
Like his face has gone from like hi to very serious mode.
Clearly not, or we wouldn't be having this discussion.
Yeah, I've seen gloves, much like that one. Might not be the same kind. But you could have just as easily had a hole bored through your stomach with a lightning bolt, and there would have been nothing we could do to save you. Or your entire body could be charred to a crisp, leaving nothing but bones remaining as he hits you with a fireball. Or your head explodes into gore as a scorching ray just takes it clean off your shoulders.
Cool.
And you wield magic.
I'm just taking notes.
What?
I wield magic, so I can use what magic I know to help improve the lives of others. Very little of my magic is actually offensive based. Most of my magic is used to help others. Utility, that kind of a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
I feel like having this conversation right here in front of the party may have been a bad idea. I'm hearing Mello just say like, really? You don't say. And then Zastari's like, we should not have had this conversation here.
So we're just sitting on the bench, like feet kicking.
So,
Does
no.
Satiel have a drink in front of him?
No.
Okay. She's just going to hold up her hands in acquiescence, like, She's not gonna argue with him about it. Thank you. Don't mean to sound ungrateful. I am appreciative of the help. For the record, I still could have beat his ass.
Potentially.
Just let the,
Then
from the
she
DM, let the argument go.
Then she's just gonna pat him on the shoulder and go get a drink.
All right. The end of the hour is called. The fights are set up. First up, Tangaroa. And the dwarf's name that you had not heard until now. Talbar.
Talbar.
Torbjorn. No,
Oh,
Well, somebody's
no.
gotta let Overwatch live. Elizabeth's not gonna do it.
Talbar. The dwarf looks at you and kind of goes, "Best of luck to you."
And to you as well, my friend.
All right. Are you doing your entrance thing, or is that
I
for long rest?
sure as shit am.
Okay. Intimidation.
A 17.
Ooh. He looks taken aback. He is frightened and he cannot move because we went frightened on that, so he cannot willingly move closer to you.
I thought what we were going to do is we would have disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay, that's fine. We're gonna do that.
Okay.
He does. He looks startled at you. What incantation is that? What spell are you casting?
No spell. Just the cries of my people.
Stop. It's weird.
Okay, fine.
All right.
Ugh.
Go ahead and give me an initiative. Cool. You go first.
16 on the die.
you go first. Out of 3.
Okay. Alright, let's walk up and give him a little tap. 21 to hit.
Why, yeah.
Okay, so that's 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Do it again.
Mhm.
Ooh. That's a 10.
No, that will not hit him.
Okay.
As your fist connects, you feel it hit, and it's solid mass. As a matter of fact, you're not even sure that it hit as hard as you wanted it to. It seems like he may have resisted a portion of it.
Okay.
That was a good hit. Let's try it again. He can't seem to catch the height of you, and so he steps in to swing and comes up short, steps in a little closer, and this time when he goes to hit, he hits you in the thigh, but it doesn't do anything. He doesn't hit the sciatic nerve, so it's like... And he goes...
Boy's too dummy thick.
Ezra is cheering from the sidelines. Really loud.
All right. Your turn.
Okay. Ah, damn it. 12 to hit.
That'll hit him.
Oh, okay. Pleasant surprise. Alright, so that's 6 points.
Okay.
Of damage. And an 11. Okay.
All right. That's a 13.
That'll hit.
And the next one's only a 10.
Okay.
So you're going to take 4 points of damage for the first hit.
Okay.
He doesn't hit you this way. He kind of like backhands you in the stomach, and then just kind of backs up. Again, he's not using the wooden arm. He doesn't. All right. It's your turn.
Okay. Oh, like fucking dice. 8. Or no, 9.
9.
That will not
Okay.
hit.
Miss.
That's better. 21.
Yes. That will hit him.
No, that'll be it. I'll just 6 points of damage.
Okay. He takes it and backs up a little bit, and then comes at you. There we go. That's a 21 to hit you.
Yes.
That is 3 points of damage.
Cool.
And then 19, 22 to hit you.
Yes.
And that's another 3 points of damage. Bang, bang.
Okay.
This time he got lucky as he kind of hit you with his head as well as his fist. All right. Your turn.
Okay. 15 to hit.
That'll hit him.
All right, 6 points.
Okay. That one staggers him a little bit. You can see that he's kind of like, you're wearing him down,
Okay.
but he's still standing there.
Okay. 20. Not a natural 20.
Total to hit him.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, cool. I was like, I gotta do math in my head. Hang on. All right, cool. So he watches. He kind of looks like he's flagging a little bit. I'm getting too old for this. That is a natural 20. You're gonna take 6 points of damage from that one.
Owie.
15.
Yes.
And another 3 points of damage from that.
Okay.
And he just kind of come on, kid, make it a good one.
All right. Good one indeed. 23 to hit.
Okay.
Another 6 points.
Okay. You watch as he staggers back a little bit. His knee starts to drop. He puts his wooden fist on the ground and just kind of like steadies himself up again.
Are you sure?
I won't say the words. Not yet, anyway.
All right. No. This is a no. There's a 2 on the die.
An 11 and a 5.
The 11 hits.
3 more points of damage. How you looking?
Okay.
All right.
That's all I'm gonna say. I look okay.
I'm like, I got 1 or 2 more licks in me. Come on.
All right. 20 to hit. Not natural.
Okay, yeah, you've definitely hit him.
Yeah. All right. 6 points. Okay. And a 24.
yeah. So with that, he kind of staggers back for a second. The wooden hand goes down into the ground and he holds his arm up. All right, you've made me say it. I yield. And he walks up and grabs your forearm in his. Good job, kid.
I will shake his hand.
All right.
And I will give the blah 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 blah. Do my little tradition. I will give him 5 HP back.
How much HP do you have to give back now?
I only have 5 left.
All right.
I had 20 and I've given away 15 so far.
All right. They call into the pit the Starry. And standing across from you, one big honking half orc. His nose looks like it's been broken a couple times. You can see his knuckles are oversized from being used to being punching things. There's a couple of marks in him, and you can see his hands, his wrists are wrapped up to about here on either side. But his hands are bare, and you can see he kind of cracks his arms and shoulder again. All right, let's go, you and me. I've been watching you all night. I think I can take you.
I don't know if I should be flattered or not.
Don't be, but you'll be flat in a second.
Play on words. How original.
I think I'll go first.
I think you have to catch me first.
I rolled a nat 20 for my roll.
Yeah, I'm not even bothering.
I think he wins.
Yeah, I rolled a 5.
Yeah, he moves a lot faster than you would expect to get across the room at you. And then you watch as he swings twice. The first one's going to miss you wildly. The second one, though, is going to be a 22 to hit you.
Sure, off that first one, I'm going to activate Counter Cross.
Okay.
Since if an unarmed melee hand attack would miss, use reaction to instead swing upon the enemy, and use the momentum of the unarmed attack to overbalance the enemy and take them down.
Okay.
It
Go
is
ahead
his
and
strength save versus my acrobatics.
okay. What did you get?
21?
19. He goes down to the ground and then swings over and hits you in the stomach because my second attack still hit.
Yeah.
That's going to be 7 points of damage.
Okay.
He is not up, but he you feel him like kind of tense for a second and then loosen as he does so. And that's his turn.
So he's prone.
Yep.
Correct?
At the moment. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm still fairly close to him since I took him down. Rather close.
You're really like right in his room.
Okay. All right. We're going to attempt to grapple.
Okay. No, that's right. That was just to take him down.
Yeah.
You're basically doing a
Now
Hurricane
I'm
Rana
going
where
to
you were swinging around and then drop him to the ground. Gotcha.
Now I'm going to try and grapple him and threaten to break his arm.
Okay, so you're trying to go for the restrain?
No. Just going for the grapple with his arm, where I'm then going to threaten.
Okay.
It's either you yield
You're
or
trying
I
to get into
break
the
it.
arm bar.
Yeah.
You're trying to get into an arm bar. Got you.
Give me
Okay.
one good reason.
Okay.
Well, let's say 15.
Doesn't get him.
Then I'm just going to use my movement to get back up to my feet and back away from him because Jesus Christ, no.
All right. On his turn, he uses half of his movement to stand up. How much of your movement did you use to get away from him? Like, are you at the far end? I mean, the pit's only 20 feet long, or 20. It's a square, so it's 20 by 20.
Yeah. I have 30 feet of movement, so I probably would have used.
You'd had to get to the end of the pit where you're at. He can still get to you.
Yeah.
Because you were both in the middle. So using the rest of his movement, he moves in. That's going to be a 19. But that one's only a natural 1. However, he is going to burn a Moxie to hit you 2 more times. 21. So 2 hits.
Yeah.
That's going to be 10 points of damage and 10 more points of damage.
Jesus Christ.
You watch as he just swings with everything he's got twice. And then he backs up with his fist like this. All right, it's your turn.
Okay, well, I'm going to go for the... I'm going to feint hitting, but going in for the grapple for the takedown.
Okay.
Because that's all I got.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Doing 20 points of damage in one shot. Like, that's all I've got. I don't have the HP to fucking do anything else here.
No, I got you.
Well, to get a hold of him is a 24 total.
You got him.
Foregoing the
damage for the restraint.
damage, yeah. Actually, just out of curiosity, can I just restrain him and instead of taking him down, can I just go right into the chokehold while he's standing?
Rear naked chokehold, just with your legs around him.
Yes.
Just...
Yes, I am holding on with my legs, choking him out. Yep.
Just yield.
The angriest backpack.
All right.
So now it's I have to maintain with an athletics check against his escape check.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is all I got.
12.
He rolled a 12.
Total 12.
Oh,
I rolled a
boy.
5 on the die.
I rolled a 19 on the die.
Yeah, so you've got him in a rear naked chokehold now. Okay. He's restrained. But he's standing.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt. Because we're right by the wall.
And he just falls back on himself. Using his athletics, though, not trying to hurt you, but trying to get away from you.
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to do it to where you will slip free. It's going to still be your athletics versus his to hold on.
Okay.
Or, yeah, it has to be your athletics, though.
Yeah. So, I will be activating Dancer's Grace.
Dancer's Grace. Of course you will.
Oh, God. What was his?
17 was what he rolled.
Fuck. That was a 7 on the die plus 3. It's 10 plus 2 is 12.
Yeah. You let go at the last second. However, he still collides with the wall, doing 4 points of damage. And he just kind of staggers away from the wall and looks at you. But that's his turn. His turn was to get out of that hold you had on him. You kind of watch him go, it's been a long time since someone had me like that. That sounded wrong. Anyways, go your turn.
Wait, he's still right up against the wall, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's like stepped away from it, but yeah, he's
yeah,
right,
but
like,
close
right
enough that
him.
if I just run at him and kick him back into the wall, he's gonna hit it again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna beat him with the wall.
Yeah, you ever been so mad you beat a man with a pit?
That's the intention.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay. Before I do that, I would like to activate Insightful Fighting.
Okay.
As a bonus action, you can make an insight check against a creature you can see that isn't incapacitated, contested by the target's deception check. If you succeed, you can use your sneak attack against that target, even if you don't have advantage in the attack roll.
What type of rogue are you again?
Inquisitive.
Yes, you are.
So it's a
And
bonus
also
action,
cool.
my insight versus his deception.
You go ahead. Just go ahead.
I got a 9.
Because he has a 2. Like, he has no deception. He has a 2.
Cool. Alright, so I am aiming to kick him back against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And I get to activate my sneak attack on this. That is a total of 16 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit him.
Cool. And at this level, my sneak attack is... Sneak attack, 2d6. For a total of 4.
Okay. Sure enough, and his head bounces off of the wall, and it looks like it hurt. Like, his neck didn't even tense up. It just went bang and then forward. You can actually see a bit of the dirt that's there is now, like, falling away. He staggers forward and he kind of shakes his head for a second. It looks like you've got him seeing stars. Do you have a second attack?
The bonus action, because I took the attack action.
Okay.
So my
Your bonus action
to
was to do the
oh no, my
inquisitive
bonus
thing.
action was okay. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Okay. You can see that his eyes are kind of bouncing in his head a little bit. Looks like that hit to the back of the head really did a number on him. You watch as he swings, and he just starts to swing wildly. Disadvantage. Ooh, that's a 1. And his second one is only a 12. As the first one swings close to you, you can see that he's losing all of his defense to swing just as hard as he can. As a matter of fact, you even hear or feel the air and hear it like right by your face. You know that if he would have caught you with that, he would have probably dropped you to the floor. The second one goes wide as well. And he steps back and kind of shakes his head for a second, and you can finally see he's starting to kind of collect himself again. That hurt. What else you got? Your turn.
Okay. He's not looking great, is he? Not like a stiff breeze would knock him over, but he's not looking great.
He looks like a grizzled fighter of a half-orc.
Yeah, of course. Well, you know what? It worked last time. I am going for the chokehold again.
Okay.
Because that's what I got. So we're going to do the grapple for restrained. Roll to hit for the thing.
All right.
God, please. That is a 17.
17 hits him.
All right. So, yep, we're back to doing that. And this time, she's got her hands over his eyes. So that he is more disoriented and can't tell where the wall is because she's not doing that again.
All right. So is this our opposed for me to try to get away from it?
Yeah. You're
okay.
Yeah. And then I'm going to be activating Dancer's Grace because good God. That is a 17 on the die plus 3 plus 2.
You're fine. You make it.
Okay.
You hold on to it. I rolled a 10, but it's still a plus 7. But it's not enough to shake you off. This time he's trying to spin around to try to figure out how to get hold of you. His action is wasted in trying to get free of you.
I maintain it.
But his bonus action...
Oh, God.
He actually doesn't do anything, it seems like. Hold on a second. No, it's a reaction. Never mind. His bonus action... Oh, I don't have any of those left. Never mind.
Oh, thank
He
God.
doesn't have a bonus action, so you're good.
Yeah, then all I'm doing is maintaining this. I am maintaining the chokehold. Just
okay, so
squeezing my thighs against both arteries on his neck.
Go on.
Yeah, like that's what she's doing. She is cutting off oxygen to his brain so he will
She's
pass
got him
out.
in a scissor lock. Okay.
Yep. While he's standing.
Okay. Sure.
Which
so your
is how
action
she gets
is
to
spent...
use her hands to cover his eyes.
Okay, your action is spent maintaining.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna try to break free again.
Which is his last chance.
No. I rolled a total of a 13. So that's what you've got. You got to beat a 13.
Okay. I rolled 13 on the die.
Okay, so you've got it. You watch as he starts to trying to pull your legs off of him and try to get a hold of you and throw him over. He takes 2 steps forward and he hits a knee and he goes to the ground, and you watch as he starts patting you on the leg and waving his hand.
Yeah, she lets him go immediately. As soon as he starts patting her to yield, she lets him go.
He stands up and he looks at you and says, "You got a lot of moxie, kid. I like it. You ever want to learn how to fight like this? You let me know."
I appreciate it, but given my size, fighting you in that fashion is going to wind up putting me in a hospital.
Well, take care.
You too.
He holds his hand up and like fist pumps once and then he climbs out of the ring. That leaves us with 2 fighters. But before we let Zastari and Tangaroa step into the ring with one another, we're going to take a quick break. Guys, give us about 10 minutes. We'll be right back. I'm going to go refill my water, say goodnight to the kiddos, and grab a little snack. We'll be back. Stay tuned. Again, a huge thanks to dndbeyond.com for supporting us and allowing us to use their utilities. Don't forget Nerds Giving or the Nerdsmith over there at nerdsmith.org. You can still donate to Heifer International. Please support this fantastic organization. Yeah, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Thanks, guys.
Images around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, no
Hi, everyone, and welcome back. Thank you very much for bearing with us while we took a short break, if you will. We took a short rest. That's what it should say on the welcome back thing, is taking a short rest. Be right back. By the way,
Make that happen.
a huge thanks to all of those involved with the overlay, which would be Maddie, if I'm not mistaken, does all the overlays. She does the hosting for this evening. We want to thank that was a fantastic little break screen. I had not seen that until tonight. Was that you as well?
No, that was Sarah.
Is that Sarah? Thank you, Sarah. Thank you very much for that. And then we have the music, who was done by Derek Weems. If you guys want to, we'll have links for that. No, we didn't play the music tonight.
No, not yet.
Sorry.
Tonight.
But we will.
We will at the end tonight. But no, that was
When they-
not copyrighted music from YouTube.
Okay. Duty-free music. There we go. So thank you all for hanging out with us, and wanted to touch base real quick. We are going to be taking a break for the holidays soon, not anytime real soon. I will announce if there will be a show next week, with it being the Thanksgiving week. I know a lot of people are going to be, at least United States Thanksgiving. My Canadian friends have already had their Thanksgiving because it was in October.
What do you even do in November? I mean, really?
Get ready for Christmas.
They have a full month to prepare for Christmas.
Yeah, it's called December.
I mean, you say that, but my house is already decorated thanks to my dad.
Is your house decorated as well, Sarah? Not yet.
No.
November 1st, I pulled into my neighborhood, and the first house you see already had the Christmas lights. So I was like, it's
I
not
have
even
a-
Thanksgiving yet.
I have a strong no Christmas decoration until at least after Thanksgiving.
Excellent. So next Thursday, not this Thursday, but next, for those of us in the States, it is our Thanksgiving. And I'm undecided if we'll be taking a break that week for the show. However, in December, there will be 2 weeks going into the new year that we will be taking a break, just so everybody's aware. In the new year, though, we have a new show coming up. We have some, and we have some changes coming to other shows as they wrap up their eventuality, as things do. However, Escorts will be back, and we will continue on through the new year. And depending on how things go, wrap sooner than later than sooner. Anyways, enough about that. After our short rest, you two had one more short rest.
Oh, thank God.
So please spend any of your hit die that you need to. Anything that you get restored on that, feel free to do so.
Along with that extra 1d6, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Got to be useful for
Mwah.
something.
Bless.
So while we get them, the MC
Yeah.
for the evening steps in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this brings it to our last contestants for the evening. She has shown her prowess in battle, taking down men twice and sometimes 3 times her size. She is the tiniest terror in the pits. The story. There
I
is
feel like
a
now I have to take my
cheer.
boots off.
So you hear the people cheering, "Zestari, Zestari," and you present yourself into the pit. There she is, folks. There she is. And now, hailing from lands far away, speaking a language unknown to most in this crowd, the wild man. Far removed from his kingdom, the savage warrior, proud and noble and mysterious. Tangaroa! And of course, the crowd starts cheering, Tanga, Tanga. Into the pit you go.
And I would like to use
Hold on.
Warrior's Entrance. Oh,
He holds the mic up. They came here, ladies and gentlemen, as friends, allies. The pit knows no allegiances. May the last one standing be the victor. The winner gets the purse. And you see one of the 4 large men holding up a bag that's kind of sagging with coin in it. The loser, the loser gets to retreat and lick their wounds. No dirty fighting, no hitting below the belt, and he looks at you, Zastari.
Which I
No
haven't
magic.
done at all.
No magic. And hopefully this doesn't ruin your friendship at the end of the night. Go! And he scurries over and climbs out of the pit.
Now I would like to use Warrior's Entrance.
Now you can use your warrior's entrance.
You are expecting that to phase her after she's watched you do it to every opponent you've been against?
Yes. Roll insight.
What'd you roll?
18 on intimidation.
Well, it's a 16.
It only gives you disadvantage
On
on
ability checks.
checks.
Oh,
And
you
it
mean
only-
all the athletics and acrobatics shit I
Hold
gotta
on.
do?
Hold on. How long does it last?
I don't know. Probably I think she can do one at the end of
at
every.
the end of your turn, you can make the check again. Actually, I think it only lasts for 1 turn. Because of the fact that once you've got that out there, it doesn't have any effect on him anymore.
Mm.
Remember, we said that once you've got the intimidation out there and you get into the battle nerves take over. So it only lasts for 1 round. So
Okay.
That being said, initiatives from both of you, please.
8.
11.
I was gonna say, oh, surprisingly not as high as I thought it was gonna be. All right. Zastari. Square up. What are you doing?
Wow. Let's be honest, Tanga, after you almost let me drown, you don't scare me.
How did I almost let you drown?
The boat? The boat!
How did I? What? I pulled your ass on that boat.
No, you didn't!
No, I didn't. That's not true.
You did not save me! You
From the
convinced me
side,
to get on
Satiel.
the boat! And Satiel is the one who saved me, not you!
Could you both finish?
I want to go home, or at least back to the monastery.
I didn't start this argument.
So,
I'm about to come down there and
She
end it.
started it.
I'm gonna give you a chance here, Ezra. It's not Ezra, damn it. I'm gonna give you a chance here,
What?
Tanga. You can save face and yield now, or I'm gonna smash your face into the dirt.
Bring it on.
Okay. And she's going to. Well, that is a 1 off the first one. And then the bonus action is a 16 to hit
Hits.
for 2 damage.
How much damage?
2.
2. Okay. Is that it?
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm a rogue. What do you?
Ooh, 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
Right, that is 6 points of damage. And again. Ouch. Math. 24 to hit.
Clearly.
It's another 6 points of damage. And I would like to use lovingly named after named by Steve, the Painless Prawn Pat. If a successful hit has been landed on his opponent, bonus action Tonga can use his body weight to shove his opponent. The opponent must make a strength saving throw or be knocked.
However, how are you using your second attack? Is your bonus action.
Yeah.
So you
Wait.
can't use your bonus action and the bonus action to make him go.
You don't have extra attack yet, my dear.
You don't have extra attack.
Yeah, but I
Not-
thought you argued that I could do because it was dual wielding fighting that I could use both.
No, you can use both because you are basically using your fist. Your dual wielding allows you to add your strength modifier in there. You can't.
Fuck. All right, then I
Your
won't.
bonus
I won't
action
shove
is your
her.
other fist.
I won't shove her. But now you
You're not
know
gonna get
things to
shoved
come.
down. Shove it down. Shove it down.
You know what? I'm going to cast Unseen Servant between the two of them in a good position to trip either of them, and just see if either of them notices.
Rolling perception to see if Zora catches him casting that just for
Are
shits and
you
giggles.
casting outright, or are you trying to obscure your movements and actions and words?
Oh, I am absolutely obscuring things.
Sleight of hand.
Just do it behind Ezra. He's so drunk.
I thought I was doing good because I have a +4 for sleight of hand, but no, I rolled a 2.
Rolled
What's
a
your
19.
passive perception?
Right? Oh my god.
She rolled a 19 on the dice, but her passive perception is 16.
Yeah,
Mine's
you
a 16 as well.
totally notice him casting something.
Mine's a 12.
She's like snorting.
No, she's just laughing at him.
She's tired of this fight pit. This is probably the most amusing thing that's happened.
So Saltiel just leans over and is like, are you sure you want to prolong this?
Who's prolonging?
Well,
He pointedly looks down at his hands.
Play dumb. Who's
we're
mellow?
just
Not
doing-
that dumb.
We're just doing a sweet handshake. Mello and Ezra are just doing a sweet handshake. That's what it is now.
Mm.
Spell? No spell.
Zora's just like hiding her chuckle behind her hand.
It doesn't give either of them an advantage, so who cares?
the unseen servant.
Mm-hmm.
You okay?
It has all of 1 hit point, so
The problem is what it can and can't do.
Can it tickle an opponent?
occupies a previously unoccupied space on the ground within range.
Mhm.
The range is 60 feet. I just want it to be there. Doesn't have to take anything, doesn't have to bring anything to me.
So you're not actually making it actively try to trip.
Oh, no! I just want it to be in something that they could possibly trip over and see if either of them notices.
Oh. So you're just gonna be a nuisance. That's what you're gonna do.
Damn right!
I don't know why you were expecting anything else.
That's fair.
So sorry, I believe it's your turn.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
Mellow. Jesus, man.
And you left a bunch of us up on the sidelines to just.
Okay. Well, we are. Worked last time.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the chokehold.
I mean, awesome.
Yep.
Choking a guy with gills.
If I hold
Sure.
those gills
Big business.
closed,
I haven't quite figured out how they work yet. Can't decide if they just passively take in oxygen, like
What's
gills
your
actually
AC?
do in the water. Oh, you 11.
okay. So my first attempt to get on you, I missed because I rolled a 10. The second one's an 18.
Phrasing. I'm a
Yeah,
child.
So
you've mounted me.
gross.
I'm gay. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I now have a hold of you, doing it with the arms this time instead of my legs. So one arm around Tangaro's throat, the other
Just none
around the
better.
back, and just like holding on.
Okay, so and to throw you off, I have to make the acrobatics or athletics. Athletics.
It's athletics or acrobatics. Your choice. It's her athletics. Because she's
Definite.
holding on.
Definitely
You're
athletics.
trying to.
Yeah, and I am
Swing her
activating Dancer's Grace.
course.
Okay.
What does that even do?
Gives her a temporary +2 bonus.
16.
I rolled a 17 on the die.
Fucker.
Does she still have disadvantage?
Nope.
Nope, because it was only
Oh,
the first
she beat
round.
it.
No.
Oh, I
it
thought
was
she had to
first
roll to
round.
fix it.
It was only the first
Only
round.
the first round. Because once you get into combat and your nerves take over, you know, your fight part of that fight or flight, you're no longer intimidated by the whole factor. So, all right. So you have a raw, naked chokehold, and you are not able to escape it.
Okay.
She's just gonna
ooh.
very quietly whisper in his ear. You saw what I did to the bigger one. Save face and yield.
Is this
Ezra?
technically a grapple? Is this technically a grapple?
Not technically, it is.
It is okay. I would like to use scare tactics, aka 1 for the money, 2 for the show. Thank you,
1 for the
Steve.
money, 2 for the show.
This is another intimidation check against an insight.
What are you doing though?
I am flaring my gills and like just growling at you.
Where are your gills? That's a good question.
On my neck.
How are you flaring them?
You feel them. You feel them on your arms.
Like-
That's part of the intimidation.
you're-
Oh, God,
so
what is that?
Just for the record, you are flaring them and making faces at somebody who is clinging to your back.
And roaring. He has never
Growling and roaring, making screams at you. Okay, just because you, the player, aren't intimidated by this idea.
No. I just want to make sure that I am understanding this is what's happening.
You have only seen him fight on your side. You have no idea what's going to happen.
Okay.
So against intimidation.
Mhm.
21 to intimidate.
Well, I've only got a 13 for insight, so
All right. What's the rest of that do?
If Tonga is grappled by his opponent, reluctant and contested strength check, Tonga uses scare tactics to throw off his opponent. Blah 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 blah. If they fail, Tonga is released from the grapple.
As you basically shove him away, trying to figure out what's going on.
It's like you're startled and you let go. That's basically what it is.
okay. Well, it's your turn. Well, no, actually, no, it's not.
That was
my turn.
your
It's
action. Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm behind you.
I think so. I think it kind of like.
So I
threw you
just dropped
backward.
down behind you.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're not down.
Okay.
You're not knocked down. You
No,
just.
no,
No,
I'm
on the
standing
ground.
behind you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. What I'd like to do is I'd like to kick his knees out from behind him, force him to his knees, and then I'm forcing him to the ground.
Roll to attack.
That is a 17 on the die with a +7 is 24 to hit.
Yeah.
1 knee down.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to take the other one down.
Okay.
That is a 12 + 7 for 19.
Yeah.
That's 4 damage total, by the way.
Mm-hmm. 4 damage. Okay.
And then I'm just going to step back. Because you have to spend movement to come after me. Have to spend
Cool.
movement to get to your feet, and spend movement to get back to me.
Quick question, since it hasn't come up in any of these combats, would that provoke an opportunity attack for getting out of his threat range?
It still would.
Okay.
I mean,
All
just
right,
because he's on his
so-
knees doesn't mean he can't swing back.
Yeah,
and
I
try to hit
didn't.
you.
I didn't knock him prone, so
Yeah.
although I probably should have.
So
One more
I
attack
just
to kick him
imagine
in the
like
back
a
of the head.
sweep like with the leg to try and
Well-
like not to knock her down, just to
Yeah.
all right.
You're not trying to knock her off her feet. You're just trying to get her to scooch back.
I'm just trying to hit her.
Okay. Donkey kick.
That is a 16 to hit.
No.
Dances out of the way. All right.
You want to
But-
knock that shit off, Tangaroa?
Don't talk down to me.
All right. While you're in the pit fighting, what are you guys doing? Let's go ahead and start. Sateo, you just watching? Are you getting involved? Or are you betting money on one of them?
Muted.
Eric, you're muted.
Shush. His hands are clenched around the railing. There's
Mhm.
actually like a frown on his face as the railing is starting to heat up under his hands.
Weird flex, but okay.
Now, he doesn't like watching this.
Okay. Zora, are you still hiding back in the wall?
She's probably actually like making her way towards the door. She's been kind of done with this for a while.
All right. What about Ezra?
He is cheering extremely loudly for Tangaroa.
Okay. Mellow.
I'm
Unseen
concentrating
servant.
very hard on finding a good opportunity to trip them both.
All along, it was Mello that was the big bad of the party. A true evil one.
I don't even know how to make that work, so.
Hmm.
Cool.
Here, let me roll initiative. 19.
You would go before either one of them. You tell me how you can position your unseen servant to trip two people.
I mean, it can perform the same simple tasks a standard human servant can.
So you
So-
basically are telling telling it to get on all fours behind one of them, or like in front of one of them. So as they try to move, it just trips them.
Exactly. Hmm.
Okay. You watch as Tangaroa rises to his feet. I assume, unless you're gonna knee walk over there at half movement.
Okay. No.
That would be more terrifying. Just watch you going scrambling on your knees across the room.
Hopefully not
Oh.
making that noise.
Oh,
Wouldn't it be
fuck.
more terrifying though?
Jaw just comes unhinged, sharp teeth just
Lamprey mouth.
Yikes!
I'm gonna pass on that one, boys.
That's a hard no from me.
Because Ezra gave me a good old cheer, I would like to use Big Crush.
I mean, we know you have one.
Well,
You know, I don't know that the party recognizes it yet.
Oh no, Sawtail's clueless as a brick. Just flat out. I can tell you that
Cinder
right now.
block. Just a big old clueless cinder block.
the action reads: if Tonga or Ezra cheers Tonga during the him with a smile, his heart pumping harder, he is ready to win this fight even more, and Tonga receives advantage on next roll.
Excuse
However,
me?
there's the caveat.
There is a caveat. Ezra must notice. Perception check.
Oh yikes!
And to make this more fun, just because I want to make you roll, as you turn to look at him, I want Tangaroa, I want you to give me a performance check. No, just a straight charisma roll.
Charisma roll.
Just
Okay.
straight charisma. Just D20 plus your charisma mod.
22. 19 on the die.
What did you roll for perception?
22.
You see it.
Yes. Yeah.
Bring the lights down low. Let's get the candles lit. They're in the midst of the pit, fighting for gold, which is
Where's
going to go to one of you.
Where's the saxophone music coming from?
Someone
Such
cast
Why
Chill
is
in
it
the
playing
background with
Careless Whisper?
prestidigitation.
Why is it playing Careless Whisper?
On a kazoo. This is horrible.
This is mellow. As for a moment, the world, the noise, the cheering of the crowd drops as you turn to look at Ezra, who is cheering you on. Your eyes lock for a moment, and you give each other an awkward little smile. You're pretty sure that Ezra can see your heart pounding in your chest. And then all of a sudden it's gone, and you're met with the cheers of the crowd, and people are cheering on Zastari and cheering on you, and it's a cacophony of noise. And it's your turn. What are you doing?
Get on my feet and go over to her.
Hey, girl.
Yeah.
Let's go hurt.
And I get advantage on my first attack because of that. That's a nat 1. Good. That's better. 18 to hit.
Yep.
It is 6 points of damage. Pew. And one more. One more time.
And this is your bonus action.
Yes. A 17 to hit.
Beats it, beats it.
6 more points of damage. That's my turn.
How are you looking right now?
Not great.
Like, no, I mean, are you bloodied or anything else like that?
Oh, more than likely.
Tang, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh. Six.
You may have had your differences with Zastari, but you see her in a state, her face is a bloody mess. Your knuckles are covered with her blood. I mean, she has your blood on her hands too, but still, she's looking hurt. And she looks like she's in a bad way. Zastari, you use big eyes and look up at him. Your next attack has advantage.
Okay. Yeah, I'm debating on I was told not below the belt, but I'm
Unsportsman.
really fucking tempted. Fuck it. He wants to use those big ham fists at me? This shot's going right between his legs.
Oh no!
Good thing I have a thing planned is specifically for this. It is called Little Sister Experience.
I just need the description.
If an opponent makes an attack on Tonga that is aimed below the belt, Tonga is reminded of all those years he had to deal with the cruel little sister's attack, and he is on extra alert for the attack. Tonga may make a contested dexterity check against his opponent to try and dodge.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Here's the way that we're going to resolve this. Make an attack roll, because you still have to try to land it.
Yes.
Well, that's a 19 on the die.
Awesome. That will hit. Now, acrobatics versus dexterity save.
Yes.
So you need to make a dex save, Tonga. Zastari, give me an acrobatics check.
It's an
11.
Wait, what?
We
I got an
rolled
11.
Both of you got an 11? Oh, it's going through.
Oh.
Straight. I just need you to say the words tap right before you do it.
PTSD. Okay.
How many points? 2 points?
It's supposed to be 2 points.
4 points to the nether regions.
Ow.
And your next attack has disadvantage.
Oh, my sea pickle.
Oh my god! Oh.
Let's try not to make relish out of it.
Oh. That joke wasn't
Oh.
kosher.
Ugh.
All right.
Okay.
Quit dicking around. Let's go.
Is it my turn?
I have a bonus action.
Okay.
Bonus action.
That is a 17 to hit for 24.
Yes.
This shot, after kicking you between the legs, is aimed at your throat.
Owie.
Bah!
Like,
Just
I am
throat chop.
either going to collapse your windpipe or I'm going to freaking technically die trying. But it is a 17 to hit for another 2 damage.
Okay.
All right. From the winded wang, you have disadvantage on
Okay.
your attack.
Oof.
Don't shake your head at me, Sarah. It was funny.
Nah, that won't hit.
What are you
So-
what are you hitting with?
It's just a punch. So that one won't hit. That was a
Cool.
15.
I will be
15
using
to
my
hit.
reaction to use counter cross.
Okay.
You need to give me a strength saving throw, please.
Okay. 23.
Yeah, no. You're still on your feet, but I am
But
on
it
the
was a
other
really
side of you.
impressive move. She kind of, as your swing came through, she grabs your arm, twisted around, and like had her legs locked around your neck for a second and swings off of you. She lands on the ground behind you, and you're like,
Cool.
turn around and swing the other way.
Yeah.
Or are you going to use your prawn?
No. Or no. No, I already made an attack. All right, I'm just gonna hit her.
Okay.
That is a 18 to hit.
Yep.
It is 6 more points of damage.
Are you still on your feet?
By 1.
I need another wisdom saving throw.
Me? Okay.
Tonga.
Me. Another fucking 6!
Are you going to press the attack?
No, she's gonna do a different tactic.
No. Tonga.
Oh, Tonga, sorry.
What do you mean?
He doesn't have any attacks left.
Yeah,
I know.
that's
I know. My question is he has a free action, though, that he can do. What would your free action be?
you know this isn't going to end well. I mean, I'd rather not hurt you any further. I think it is safe for you to yield.
The Starry, now what are you doing?
I have one question for you. What are you gonna do with
Yes.
the money?
I'm gonna buy that very nice breastplate that I have being made for me.
You're gonna use it to outfit yourself when there's poor in the city that need to be helped?
You trying to guilt trip me?
No, that's what I'm going to do with the fucking money.
I thought your specific.
I am
Look,
going to
like-
take just enough so that Satil can get the stuff he needs to do that spell, and the rest of it's going to the poor. That's it. That's all that money's being used for.
So you are trying to guilt trip me into not winning, to yielding early.
You're
Because
going
of
to
what I
spend
decide.
it on armor? When there are
Yes.
poor that need to be fed.
I will feed them.
With what? Your armor? You're going to take money that could go to the poor when it's only the two of us left and use it to outfit yourself? How selfish are you?
I am not a selfish person.
Then I suggest you yield.
Never. A warrior knows when he can win his fight.
So you're going to be selfish.
If that's what you call it, then yes.
Unbelievable.
How's Tango looking?
Fine. Just fine.
Of course, because you're a paladin with a shit ton of HP.
The story, it's your move. What are you doing?
Unbelievable. I had respect for you, and quite frankly, now you disgust me, and I see no reason to fight somebody who disgusts
You are the
me
one
anymore.
who
So,
has stolen
I
from
yield.
people.
Stolen from people? Show me
Yes.
proof.
Proof? My eyes, my memory?
Right. Give me an exact example where you've seen me, with your own two eyes, steal from somebody.
How many times have I had to bail you out of a fight where they accuse you of stealing?
Accusing me of stealing is not catching me stealing.
Yeah, but I think
They
I can
were
put two and two
lying.
together that the same thing is
You
The
have
over
pulled
and
me
MC.
out
over
of that
again.
once, Tangaroa. So, for the record, kiss my ass. And fuck you.
And Zora's completely out of the building,
From
by the way.
Satiel,
The-
physically yelling for the first time.
To be fair, she was yielding when he kept going.
Yeah, the MC standing down there with his mic going, "We have a winner, Tangaroa. Apparently, a load of family issues along with this. Here's your gold. Good night, folks." And there's there's not a cheer. There's not anything else. It's just like an awkward silence of like a Thanksgiving dinner with two sides of the political party at each other. Just like, okay, we're gonna go, and people just kind of shuffle out.
How much
There's
gold did I get?
That is a grand question. Let's see. When it was all said and done, it is 260 gold. 260 gold.
There we go.
The place empties out, with the exception of a few people who are cleaning up. What are you doing? Let's start with Zastari. Zastari, what are you doing?
She is angry beyond belief. Because she knows that money is not going to help people who need help. It's going to outfit somebody in armor. And the fact that he keeps accusing her of stealing when he's never actually caught her is starting to get on her nerves.
Okay.
So she's going to get one last drink. And she's just going back to the monastery. She doesn't say a word to anybody. Says nothing. And just leaves.
Okay. Satiel?
He is watching this happening, and he's not used to shouting, and he really does not like what just happened between the party. His owl is going to note that Zestari left because it was perched outside because he didn't want to bring it in with him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to fly off, keep an eye on her and where she's going. Satiel is going to go over to Tonga once the money has been received. Say, hey, Tongaroa, what was that about?
What was what?
I'm not used to having to shout to try to stop my friends from doing things like that. How did it escalate that fast?
She is accusing me of using the gold for selfish reasons.
Or what were you going to use it for?
Well, I will use part of it to buy the armor.
You cut out, sorry.
I will use part of it to buy the armor that I have commissioned, waiting for me.
Okay,
I have
how
a
much
lot to
is...
spare. It's
Okay.
200 gold.
Okay, so that would leave you with... He does the mental math of how many people went through. About 60 left, approximately.
Yes, plus the gold I have, I'd have 82 gold left over still.
Okay. You being one of our frontline fighters, it would be advantageous to have you in heavier armor.
Thank you.
I mean, my magic can only do so much. I use a lot of my magic to protect myself and to protect others, or to, change a battlefield as necessary. But
I do really appreciate your help.
thank you. I just, whenever we all get back together, because I know all of you have answers, I have questions about what happened in the forest with
Yes.
the hags. When we all get back together, too, if you have questions to ask, let's just try to keep a civil head about it. I mean, I understand the heat of a fight, and a fight could cause tensions.
I don't believe there was any tension on my side. I just don't like my honor being challenged in such a way.
I understand, but that's also part of what I mean. You're a good man, Tonga, and I very much appreciate having you here. No matter what anybody else says, please believe at least that.
Thank you.
All I would ask is, I know there's some people that need equipment and gear. So
Yes.
if possible, I have what I need. Ezra was very kind. I have what I need for my spellcraft. I'm not really hurting for anything else, and I'm rambling. He'll look back at Ezra, and then look over at Tonga, and say, "You two look good together."
Thump.
And he'll just reach. He probably can't reach up to the. How tall is Tonga again? Like 6 foot something?
6 feet even.
Yeah, he'll just reach up, just ruffle Tonga's hair. Said, "You're a good
He gets
man.
a happy little fish.
You're a good man, Tonga. I am. This party is blessed to have you and the kindness you bring.
Thank you.
I just hope that one day Zastari can see that."
I hope so too.
And he'll glance back at Ezra and sort of wave him over.
I can come now and congratulate my friend.
Sorry,
Ezra's drunk.
Huh.
He has been drinking so much.
So I didn't mean to keep him from you. I'll back off, let you two talk. Good job again, Tonga. That was well done.
Thank you.
And he'll go over to Mello. And I'll have something to talk about him later once people have gone through their thing.
Ezra?
Just like sheepishly walking up, just like crouching his shoulders a little bit before he just wraps his arm around Tonga's shoulder and congratulates him. You both fought well.
I agree.
Well, well deserves where well deserves. If that
Yes.
works.
I heard you out there.
I saw that? Like, just real awkward. Like, yikes. What was that?
I just a good old encouragement from a good friend really pushed me to the victory. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, bud. Well, a win is a win, and a drink is on me.
Are you feeling okay? How
That's a
much
good
have you had
question.
to drink tonight?
An extra 6 drinks. That's fine.
Okay.
It's gonna crash really
I'll
badly.
take the one drink, and then I think you need to get home. Yes. But we should get you.
All right. So the two of you then, I take it, are heading out. Zora?
She had disappeared
Yeah, that's right. You
halfway
disappeared
through
out
the
of it.
last fight, and
All right.
she just went back to the monastery, went back up to the place where the dragon statue was, with probably drunk off his axle, and just like,
drunk off
well,
his axle.
drunk off his axle. Just like, well, that was a thing, I guess.
Axel, what was that all about, anyways?
I don't know. I didn't want to go, but everyone else was going, so figured might have been fun.
Well, was it fun?
For some people, I guess.
I'm gonna lay down. I'm a wee
Gotta-
bit intoxicated.
Yeah, and she like puts him to where he won't roll off anything, and just kind of pulls out like part her overshawl and just kind of puts it on top.
All right. All right, and then Mellow. Muted.
As we can't hear him.
Oh, yeah, that would help. He's actually quietly grumbling to himself on the way back because about halfway through their yelling match, he realized, son of a bitch, I haven't placed any bets tonight.
Mm-mm-mm. On the way back, Satya will go over to Mello. It's like, hey, Mello. Notice that you kind of prefer close range combat sometimes, right?
I do.
Okay. That bag we found at that hut, it suits me really well, and I would like to keep it. I think the party is okay with that, mostly. But I do kind of feel bad having multiple magically enhanced items on my person, where the rest of the party doesn't. I know Ezra mostly fights with his fists, which do really good for him.
Apparently.
And I'm not sure how well Tonga would enjoy a smaller implement. But he'll reach out, he'll pull out that silver dagger that he got. Like, there's some liquid in this I would like to run some experiments on first, just to make sure it hasn't lost any of its alchemical and magical properties. But this is a magically enchanted dagger. It will punch through hide and armor a little bit better, especially things like lycanthropes, because the blade is made out of silver. And there's also a command word you can speak. I can teach it to you if you would like. That if you throw it, you can speak the command word and it will come back to you.
Now that has my attention.
If you would like, if it's okay that I do the experiments on the liquid first, I will give this to you.
By all means, and let me know if you need any assistance with the experience. Seems rather interesting.
Well, an extra pair of hands never hurts. But yeah, and he'll go ahead and give it to him. Hey, just let me run some experiments on the liquid when we have some time.
Absolutely. Thank
And
you kindly.
Y'all are my friends, and I want to look out for you if I can.
We need to remember to keep looking out for each other.
And that's it.
All right. You all eventually make your way back to your respective sleeping places. In the night. Yes.
I do want to say, before everyone goes to sleep, he will actually follow them to the barracks, and he'll potentially help Tonga get Ezra into bed. It's like, okay, so with those components you gave me, or you bought for me, technically, Ezra, there is something I can do for you that hopefully will help. And he will hold out a hand as arcane script sort of rolls between his fingers in a circle. He'll hold it up as the circle will sort of expand, go over Ezra, and then settle down into the ground as an arcane circle on the floor around where he sits.
Mm-hmm.
And Satiel is going to cast protection from evil and good on
Awesome.
Ezra,
All right.
as he promised that he would. And he will.
Excellent.
I will also make a note that as long as he has a first level spell slot, until that hag is dead, he's going to do this every night for Ezra.
Awesome. All right. And as everyone heads to bed, not sure what's going to be coming of tomorrow, but realizing that it's the last day, the last evening here in Jopus Landing, there's a big job to pick up. We're actually going to go ahead and call it for the night. I didn't want to advance too much further from where we are. I wanted to wrap up the pit fight. But
Gotcha,
I want to thank everybody who was here with us tonight, all of the viewers there on Twitch, and especially to my wonderful crew here tonight. Let's give a thanks to Maddie and V, Eric, Sarah, Steve, and to Molly. Thank you all so much. I've had a blast. Don't forget, we will be back tomorrow with our DM, Jason, unless something's changed and I don't know about it. He'll be running the Holocaust of the Ekajati, which is an Esper Genesis game that will have Eric and Sarah in it. On Wednesdays, no, nothing on Wednesday nights unless you want to come watch me play Obscurum. You really should watch come Obscurum. We're in costume. We've got all sorts of fun stuff going on. It's a crime noir set in the 1949s and 1949, not nines. There's only one of them. But this week, our spotlight is on Dr. Alexander White, aka the Raven of Rapture. He is a vigilante who has been making a name, or they've been trying to figure out a name for him. And it should be really good as we go into like a more Spider-Man noir original, like Bob Kane Batman. So please tune in and check that out. And then on Thursday, our very own dear Maddie, who is playing Zastari tonight, will be running Curse of Strahd, and that's always a good time. And that has Molly in it. And who else?
V.
V.
And V. So Molly and V are being that. So tune in on that on Thursday, and then we'll be back again, more than likely, but maybe not. We'll see. I'll make sure to make announcements out all around. Monday with more of the Escorts right here on Dire Bear Adventuring Company. Thank you all so much. Spread the word, spread the love. Take care of yourselves. Until next time. Bye.